Good morning. Today we'll discuss about universal human values and holistic development and role of education. What are the basic human aspirations for anybody's? What are the basic human aspirations? How to fulfill those basic human aspirations? What is said to be the holistic development? And what is the role of education in holistic development? All these things we are going to explore, self-explore. What are the basic human aspirations? Fulfillment of these basic human aspirations, holistic development, and the role of education in holistic development. It will also give an idea about the content of this one. So whatever we discuss, we debate, it's a dialogue. It is said to be a proposal. Do not assume it true or false, because you have to verify it on your own right. That is based on your natural acceptance. This word natural acceptance comes throughout universal human values. What is this natural acceptance? There is a difference between acceptance and natural acceptance. Acceptance may be depending on so many notions, beliefs, do's, don'ts, but natural acceptance is our inner voice. Natural acceptance is our innate capacity, internal capacity to see the intrinsic purpose. To see the intrinsic purpose. It is a process of dialogue, where a dialogue between me and you to start with initially. Sooner it becomes a dialogue within myself, that is introspection, between what you are and what you really want to be. What sort of dialogue it is? Dialogue between what you are and what you really want to be. That is our natural acceptance. What you really want to be means, that is our natural acceptance. First, let us explore based on some questions. Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be prosperous? Do you want the continuity of happiness and prosperity? These are the very basic questions. Do you want to be happy? Generally, we guess the answer yes. Do you want to be prosperous? Yes. You want to have continuity of happiness and prosperity? Let us explore. Do you want to be happy? Are we happy? Just now I told you we are talking about what we want to be, what we are today. What we are today, what we want to be. So, do you want to be happy? At present, are we happy? Do you want to be prosperous? What we want to be? Are we prosperous? Do you want continuity of happiness and prosperity? Is there continuity of our happiness and prosperity? You think, you explore. Why this gap between your desires and our state of being? State of being means our present state. Desire means what we want to be. State of being means what we are. Why this gap between what we really want to be and what we are? What are we doing to fill this gap? Is it getting filled up or getting wider? Let us explore. Do you want to be happy? What are the efforts you are making it to understand the true meaning of happiness and prosperity and ensure it? That should be done. Do you want to be prosperous? Again, you have to understand the true meaning of prosperity and ensure it. Do you want to continuity of happiness and prosperity? These are the basic questions, 3 questions. Are these continuity of happiness and prosperity are just for accumulation of physical facility? Again, think. Have we assured that happiness and prosperity will be ensured when we have enough physical facility? We have been assumed that happiness and prosperity will be ensured when we have enough physical facilities, cash, wealth, building, etc. What efforts are we making other than accumulation physical facility? Other than physical facility, let us see. When an animal has lack of physical facility, it becomes uncomfortable. When it gets physical facility, it becomes comfortable, isn't it? When a cow gets a stomach full of grass, it becomes comfortable, sits and chews the cud. That is enough for an animal. When a human being has lack of physical facility, he becomes uncomfortable and unhappy. But once he gets the physical facility, he forgets about it and starts thinking about 100 other things. Check for yourself if you feel happy every day that you are getting enough to eat, only you are provided with proper food. Are you happy every day? Nothing else more than food. Physical facility is necessary for human beings, but something more is also required. I repeat, physical facility is necessary for human beings, but something more is also required. Is the unhappiness in our families more due to lack of physical facilities or more due to lack of fulfillment in relationships? Let us question ourselves. Unhappiness in everybody's families are due to lack of physical facilities or due to lack of fulfillment in relationships? How much time and efforts are we putting? How much time and effort we are investing for physical facility? First one. Second one is how much time we are giving for fulfillment in relationships. The unhappiness is more due to lack of fulfillment in relationships. By self-exploring, we get this answer. Unhappiness in our families is more due to lack of fulfillment in relationships. Most of the time and effort is spent for physical facility. For human beings, physical facility is necessary, but relationship is also necessary. On examining carefully, we find that this is a fundamental difference between animals and human beings. For animals, only food is required, necessary and adequate. For human beings, physical facilities are required but not adequate. Physical facility is necessary for animals and necessary for human beings also. However, for animals, physical facility is necessary as well as largely adequate. Facilities like food, shelter, enough. But for human being, physical facility is necessary but not adequate. Something more. For human beings, physical facility is necessary, but relationship is also necessary. So, relationship with human beings, physical facility with the nature. For animals, it is necessary, largely adequate. For human beings, necessary, but not adequate. Although we have recognized the need for relationships, now we have come to understand, we have recognized, we have realized that there is a need for relationships. We do get into arguments, opposition, and fights in the family, between you and me, in the society, etc. Even in the family, with close friends, colleagues at work, in the marketplace, etc. Every time we have a fight, we want to resolve it. We say sorry, patch up, and promise not to fight in future. But even though we don't want to, a fight does take place once again. We want the other to improve and the other wants us to improve. We want the other to improve and the other wants us to improve. Is this happening? Are incidents of reaction not speaking to the other, arguments, debates, divorce, increasing or decreasing? naturally. Explore your close relationships in the family, with the friends, the workplace, in the society. In spite of our acceptance, is it happening? Let us check out prospective about relationship. Prospective. Let us find out if we want to live in relationship with others. Relationship means harmony, synchronization. Harmony is the best word. We want to live in relationship, rather harmony with others. We want to live in opposition with others. We believe living has to be necessarily in opposition with others. That is, there is struggle for survival, survival of the fittest, and check if we feel happy living this way. Not at all, isn't it? Survival of the fittest, to struggle for fitness, necessary to be opposition, all are not correct. What is our present perspective? Which view do we promote either at home or in the family, schools, colleges, workplace, society? Is it the naturally acceptable view? Again, natural acceptance means that is our internal innate purpose of any human being, to see the pure purpose of life. Natural acceptance is innate capacity of human being to see the intrinsic purpose. For fulfillment in relationship, it is necessary to have right understanding about relationship. You must properly right understand the relationships. That is, right understanding is also necessary for human being. With right understanding, what do you get? We have clarity about relationship with human beings. We are able to fulfill relationships. We have also clarity about how much physical facility we need. So, right understanding in the self, relationship in the family, human being, physical facility, you will see. Are all three required? Is something redundant? Is anything more required? Are we working on all these three? Right understanding, relationship, physical facility. If all the three are required, that is right understanding, relationship, physical facility, what would be the priority? Working on the high priority facilities and low priority. Priority, right understanding, relationship, physical facility. This is the priority wise. First, right understanding, next relationships, next physical facility. With right understanding, we'll get the proper relationship, feeling of trust, feeling of respect, etc. That eventually leads to mutual happiness between you and me, among the family, among the society, with the nature. Right understanding of the relationships with feelings of trust, respect eventually leads to mutual happiness. Right understanding with physical facility gives mutual prosperity. This combination is nothing but our basic human aspirations. Mutual happiness, mutual prosperity, rather continuous happiness, continuous prosperity are the basic human aspirations. So, right understanding in the self, relationships with human beings, unhappy, if it leads to unhappiness, that is making others unhappy. If right understanding is lacking in the physical facility, it leads to deprivation, exploiting others, exploiting and depriving others. Right understanding is lacking in relationship, it leads to unhappiness. Right understanding in lacking in physical facility, deprivation, exploiting and exploiting others. So, with the proper right understanding, relations are there, it leads to mutual happiness. With right understanding, physical facilities you acquire, that leads to mutual prosperity. If you are living with all these three, that is right understanding, relationship, and physical facility, in that priority order, then we are living with human consciousness. What is the first priority? Right understanding. Second priority, relationships. Third priority, physical facilities. Then if you are living in according to that priority, then we are living with human consciousness. Human being can be fulfilled, be happy and prosperous on the basis of these three. If you are not living according to this priority, that is right understanding, relationships, physical facilities, that is said to be animal consciousness. That is, if you are living only for physical facility, then we are living with animal consciousness. Animals live only for physical facility and can be fulfilled by that. Human beings cannot be fulfilled on the basis of physical facility alone. So, animals living with animal consciousness, they are in harmony. That is fine. Human beings living with human consciousness, they are in harmony. That is also fine. But question is, human beings living with animal consciousness, they are said to be in disharmony. This is not. This is the problem. That is not fine. Humans with the animal consciousness. Since we generally don't have clarity about our physical needs, in the society, we can observe two categories of the human beings. Lacking of physical facility, they're unhappy and deprived. Lacking. Having physical facilities, still, yet they're unhappy and deprived. While we want to be having physical facility, happy and prosperous, find out where are we now? At stage 1, 2, or 3? Where do we want to be? Lacking of physical facility, unhappy and deprived, first stage. Having physical facility, yet unhappy and deprived, second stage. Third stage is having physical facility, happy and prosperous. Good. Where do you want to be? These three stages. Resources are already in plenty. If the 4.2 billion tons of the food produced, more than 1 billion tons of the food is lost or wasted every day, every year, United Nations backed report finds. About a third of all the food produced for human consumption each year, or roughly 1.3 billion tons, is lost or wasted, according to a new study commissioned by the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO. Global food production is 6 times requirement. Global food wastage is 1/3 of production. Wastage is enough to feed 1,300 crore people per year. Have we understood right utilization? Is it a question of production? Is it a question of distribution, relationship, right understanding? It is a question of education. So, what is this education? Education is transformation, nothing but holistic development, comprehended holistic development. It is the development just in increasing physical facility, or development is ensuring of all three. In this transformation desirable? Is this transformation desirable? Are we making efforts for it? Do you want to make effort for it? So with right understanding, relationship, physical facility, from animal consciousness to human consciousness, this transformation or this process is going on. This is all animal consciousness. From animal consciousness, transformation is been happening, progress is been happening to human consciousness. We'll explore into the effort required for transformation for holistic development. Here comes the role of education, samskar, that is to enable transformation. Whatever transformation we are talking about, that is transforming from animal consciousness to the human consciousness. The role of education or samskar is very vital. Holistic development is transformation to human consciousness. The role of education, sanskar, is to enable this transformation by way of ensuring the development of the competence to live with human consciousness and definite human conduct. To live with the human consciousness and definite human conduct. Conduct means proper behavior. For this, it has to ensure right understanding in every child, capacity to live in relationship with other human beings, capacity to identify the need of physical facility, the skills, and practice for sustainable production of more than what is required, leading to the feeling of prosperity. These three are very important. Right understanding, inculcating right understanding in every child from his childhood onwards, school days onwards. And we must inculcate the capacity to live in relationship with other human beings, capacity to identify the need of physical facilities. Now, let us just distinguish between these two. Requirement required for transformation, right side, present state. What is the required? First one is right understanding in every child. Is it there in the present society? I don't think so. So, right understanding in every child is missing present state. Second one, the capacity to live in relationship with other human beings. Still, it is missing. Nowadays, we are all on the running thread. What do you call exercise treadmill? It is switched on. We are on the belt of the treadmill. We must run, run, run. Fittest of survival of the fittest. Competition, opposition. There is no relationship with other human beings. That is missing, broadly missing. Third one, the capacity to identify the need of physical facility, the skills, and practice for sustainable production. Identification of need for physical facility is broadly missing. That is the present state. Willingness to produce by way of labor is also missing. Right utilization is also largely missing. The core feeling generated is to accumulate more and more food, clothes, shelter, building, wealth, cash. Feelings generated are, present day feeling generated are, accumulate more and more, consume more and more, rather than to produce what is required and utilize it rightly. Therefore, the identified problems are indications of lack of efforts for holistic development. If you can properly identify the problems where the lacunas for holistic development, most of the problems we see around us are really only the symptoms of human being not living with human consciousness. Few minutes back, we talked about the animal consciousness, human being, human consciousness, humans living with animal consciousness. That is more dangerous. Humans being not living with human consciousness is the root cause. The basic effort is required to ensure human consciousness. How do you achieve it? Human education. Through human education, through value-based education only, you can ensure human consciousness. So what does it give? Human education gives human consciousness. That leads to human values. That leads to human conduct, human character, human behavior. Finally, humane society. So human education gives human consciousness, leads to human values, leads to human conduct, human character, human society. Ultimately, it will result in human tradition, in which the human goals is fulfilled for all, generation after generation. Outcome of human education are samskar. we must understand the harmony in human being, harmony in the family, harmony in the society, harmony in the nature or existence. These are the four levels in individual human being, in the family, society, and nature. In all these four levels, we must understand the harmony in the human being, harmony in the family, harmony in the society, harmony in nature or existence with proper values. with proper skills. Those skills must be guided by values. If those skills are properly guided by values, then we can living in harmony as an individual, in the family, society, and nature. So skills with values. That eventually leads to mutual happiness and mutual prosperity. Human being living with human consciousness through education and samskar, he will have right understanding with right relationship, leads to mutual happiness. Right understanding with physical facility leads to mutual prosperity. So understanding harmony means harmony in human being, harmony in family, harmony in society, harmony in the nature, 4 levels. Living in harmony means at all 4 levels, individual, family, society, and nature. So understanding the relationship, mutual happiness. Understanding physical facility, mutual prosperity. This combination, mutual prosperity and mutual happiness. Societal implications of living with human consciousness. Right understanding in the self, that is, understanding harmony in the human being, family, society, nature, existence, etc. Justice in relationships with human being, from family to world family, Vasudhaika Kutumbam. Participation in larger order with nature, from family order to world family order. That is, finally, it leads to mutual happiness, undivided society, mutual prosperity, universal human order. There are two things: mutual happiness, undivided society, mutual prosperity, universal human order. So, what are the proposals? Harmony must be there in human being, harmony must be in the family, society, finally in the nature. What are the process to achieve this? Self-exploration, self-verification. What are the desired achievements? Initially, we'll get individual transformation. How do you get the individual transformation? By proper right understanding, that is understanding the harmony, happiness and prosperity, and living in harmony. It leads to societal transformation, that is called humane society, society with human values. Whatever is said to be a proposal, do not assume it to be